Today we will be rewinding back to 2013. Phil Heath versus Kai Greene, 1 and 2 at the Mr. Olympia event. Do you guys remember this? I remember this. Seems like just yesterday. Well, not really, but you know what I'm saying. How close was it between these two dudes? If you ask a Kai Greene fan, they'll say it wasn't even close. Kai should have won. Well, judging by this first glimpse of these two dudes, the front relaxed position, I would have to disagree. Now, structure, sure, Kai Greene, bigger, wider, clavicle. He's built very well to Phil Heath's more narrow clavicle. Things of that nature. But look at the just mounds upon mounds of muscle for Phil Heath. Now, this is funny. I always thought it was funny between these two dudes. You see their arms? Looks like Phil's making Kai Greene look like little Tinkerbell. Go to the front double. Does not appear that way anymore, does it? It's all about the peaks on those guns of Kai Greene. He is a mastodon. This was the year he came in just huge. He did the following year as well. But I remember at the press conference, his head, it looked bigger. Louis Marco said he did not skip head day. And I can almost imagine you guys at home right now, sitting there thinking, that Max Muscle's an idiot. He missized these two dudes again. Oh, well, they missized each other. Well, that could be true. Kai Greene could be stepping the line, but I don't know. Phil's arm looks like it's in front of Kai's. This is the finals. We had the prejudging and the finals. Looks like Kai Greene, he was a little better, I think, in the prejudging. And so was Phil Heath. And I know, Phil Heath, he's Mr. Saturday Night. He was way better here. Well, look at his midsection. Honestly, it looked better. Of course, when they're hitting their mandatories from them other pitchers, they go out, they hit it once, that's it. Here in the finals, who knows? This could be the 5th, 6th time they had them hit this front double biceps. So they get worn out a little bit. So Kai Greene, he generally wins this pose due to the bicep peaks. But take a close look at the condition. Muscle separation in the legs. Fiddler's fiddle is one step ahead of this just massive version of Kai Greene. Here's the front lat spread. And I'm sure it is the opinion of most that Kai Greene is better than Phil Heath in the first two shots in the front altogether. And I kind of agree with that. But this is a little bit different. Phil was just busting with condition every inch. A bodybuilding legend here. Just veins, vascularity. Kai Greene not quite as sharp. I do not think. Even though he was huge. But Max Muscle, you have missized this one. Oh, now here is a side by side. Yeah, see the size of Kai? He is as wide as a barn door. That's a Tominator saying. You guys remember Tominator? He was one of the good guys. You can see the clavicle width here. Phil Heath. It's not so much Kai Greene has a wide clavicle, I don't think. More so than Mr. Narrow Pants himself turned to the side. Wowzers. Look at the size of Kai Greene's Cassis belly here. It is huge. Massive. He's so much taller? Is that proper? I guess we'll look at a side-by-side, so... Phil bends at the knees, exposes that hanging hamstring. I don't think they said that phrase, hanging hamstring, before Phil Heath. Fiddler's fiddler. He displays himself too, opens up nice. He's very good, but let's have a look at the finals, because Kai, he might, well, no, it's worse. He must have had, I don't know what he had, pies, cakes, Little Debbie's, some of those Swiss rolls. He probably had a pizza to himself, plus a couple of hamburgers. plus a bucket of chicken and slaw. I mean, we are talking a big, round whale tank here. You don't just get that by sitting around doing sit-ups. It was an intense, gorging process. And I'm sure Kai Greene was just packing it in. And he was not looking at labels. He was just putting it in his hand and putting it in his mouth. And obviously the results are a great big holding tank, the likes of which second place at the Olympia, my friends, has never seen. This is the biggest, roundest gut belly. I mean, he's a cow. Look at the size of it. Biggest that I've ever seen. Sticks out farther than his big man's chest. Looks like the moon. Here's the side tricep. Now this is why I give Kai such a hard time. Because his gut's gone. It's the same event, guys. He somehow magically makes it disappear in the side tricep. I understand he's going to the other side. He's displaying his left leg. Is it the left leg? Hold on a second. Let me position my body. Yeah. But surely he doesn't have a gut on one side and not on the other. I don't know. It's an enigma. But still, all seriousness, folks. Fiddler's fiddler. He's just better from the side. So some could argue Phil's losing from the front. Kai's losing from the side. Phil's winning on condition on both aspects. So out of the first 4 shots, front side, I have Fiddler's Phil winning. And then we go to the back. Kai Greene is just not able to pull off a victory here. And I think the judges realized that as soon as they seen all the first shots, the front shots, things of that nature, and then when they turned around, Kai Greene is just not as peeled, conditioned as Fiddler's Phil. Wide? Sure, he's huge. But look at the trap separation. Look at the glutes, the hamstrings, the things of that nature. Fiddler's Phil all the way, guys. And here's the finals, if there was any question. And Kai, he's immense. Maybe it was all those pies he ate, things of that nature, because he is not only in the gut full, but look at the muscles on him. The back itself looks not only wider, but much more separated, thicker, rawer. So it's a little closer here, I would suggest. Phil has that separation, sure, but he's not opening up as wide. Not nearly. Conditioned is he. Here's the rear double. Ooh, Kai Greene. I like how he's completely bald, except for that one big piece. Or does he have one of those little goatees? I think he does, yeah, I can see it. Size of the arms on Kai. Phil is in a very extremely conditioned and impressive package. He looks like a big bull, where his glutes are the bull's nose. And then you kind of have to ignore the leg. I guess his legs could be the front legs of the bulls, except they're turned around. So Kai, he is very impressive in this shot. It is his better shot of the two. Fellacies. And I absolutely think he's beating Phil in this shot. Now, is he beating him on condition? Not really. Not at all. Here is the finals. And the final say on Phil Heath versus... Well, we have 2 more shots, but I mean, by now you're going to make your decision on it. Nobody's going to win a competition on a flimsy old abs and thigh and a most muscular. Anyway, Kai Greene, he actually... Let's call up Wayne D'Amelia. He used to get on the guys. I think Kai Greene is stepping the line just a little bit. Was he that massive? His arm width compared to Fiddler's Phil just looks too huge. Phil, a much more impressive package, if you excuse the size. He's a little bit more conditioned. Nice, good, symmetrical pose. Here is that abs and thigh. I mean, this isn't what you would call flimsy. Maybe not the best abs and thighs in all of the land, but I can think of a couple of bodybuilders that are in that top 3 range at the Olympia that have abs and thighs no better than this. And either of these guys, Phil, again, he has that muscle separation edge, I think. Worth to mention, Kai Greene has that big size advantage and some little goodies here and there, feathering in those quads. Very impressive. And then the abs and thigh. This was not reminiscent of a lot of the finals from prejudging. This time, Kai Greene, you can really see the belly in the side chest and in the abs and thigh. Little slice smoother. I would suggest also for the finals, wheels separation. Ah, you see that? Jeez. Googly-eyed picture of Bob with great big lips. Here's the most muscular. Huh. Actually looks pretty good for Kai. I expected the other picture, but my editor Terry has given Kai Greene this nice little hands on hips. Most muscular. Looks good. Kai should have always stuck with this one and steer clear of that old crab. Just not the best pose for Kai Greene was that position. And here's the finals. And first thing I seen, first prize. Well, first prize goes to Phil Heath. But first thing I noticed, Kai Greene, his layer of midsection was popping out. It could have been because he ate those popcorn pizza, coleslaw, all that other stuff the day before, and it didn't pop out till now. Let us know in the comment section below. Can you eat something one day, and then sits, and then pops out the next? So, seriously, folks, was it close between these two dudes? I mean, not really. I think as soon as Phil walked out, there was no secrets between these two dudes. We've seen them compete before. We know their weaknesses, their strengths in all of the poses. As soon as they seen that thin-skinned condition of Phil, combination with the size. I mean, all that size is not going to get Kai the victory. Not if he's not as shredded. He was a little bit shredded. More shredded. 2012. I did a comparison before with Kai Greene, 2012, 2013. It was 5 years ago, though. I think it's time that I do some of these rematches. I'm a different sort now. I'm a different man altogether. Hit thumbs up, subscribe. Love and appreciate every one of you guys, gals, everybody in between. Thumbs ups, thumbs downs, even today aren't too bad. Not bad at all. Thumbs ups are better. Have a great one.